My motivation for joining these missions is longstanding. Having done missions in many countries and even different parts of Guatemala, I will say the Moore Center is without question the best quality facility. We were going in different parts of Guatemala, but then ultimately you get to a place where you say, what is the highest quality of care that you can deliver? And you say, but I also want to reach those people in the greatest need. And I think the Moore Center does a great job where they have the infrastructure to bring transportation and bring people in from those rural areas. So you get the quality that's here, the safety, the sterility, but they also have the capacity built in to transport patients. The condition that I am charged with here, and largely that is because it's an area of specialty, but it's also an area of great need in Guatemala, is microtia. And the reason that's important is that certain parts of the globe have a very high rate of microtia. And one of them would be South and Central America, along the Andes up to the mountains in Central America. And so when the Moore Center came calling, essentially, and the Finn Foundation was looking for a better situation for delivering care in Guatemala, it was a perfect fit. What I appreciate is that I trust that the Moore Center is constantly getting better because I've seen it over the years. My favorite part about this mission is seeing my Guatemala family and then knowing that we're all believing in the same mission to help children who can't seek care, knowing that we're all like-minded. That is my joy.
I feel so fortunate to get to do what I do. I think getting to treat cleft lip and palate is just incredibly rewarding, and I'm humbled by the ability and the chance to get to do it. It's only appropriate that I would share that skill or that ability with people who didn't have access. The difficult part is that while there are surgeons that can perform that surgery here, they aren't necessarily going to give access to those who are indigent in terms of their socioeconomic status. And the difficult thing with cleft palate repair specifically is that you need to repair that early on in order for a child to develop normal speech. If you don't, they're very much at risk for having speech errors that can last throughout childhood and be very difficult to correct later on in life. So there's this timeline where in an ideal world, they would be getting this surgery really around their first birthday. We want to fill that gap for children that wouldn't be able to have access otherwise so that they could hopefully get a really good surgery at the appropriate timeline. Seeing a child reunited with their parents or getting to share with them how the surgery was a success is easily the best part of this entire time. They're so grateful for the chance to get to have access to this care. It's very meaningful to me to get to tell them, hey, everything went great. I'm very optimistic about your child being able to do well in the future. There's a lot of stigma with cleft lip in particular. I've had patients here that have been told this was because of something wrong that the parents did, or they're shunned from their communities. And so you just have to take that into account when the parent is realizing like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be fixed now. It's just a kind of a flood of emotions that they go through, and to get to be a part of that is such a privilege for me to walk with them on that journey and to be able to see that. I don't take that for granted.
Cleft lip and palate surgery is actually what made me want to be a doctor in the first place. So it's like living out my lifelong dream to be here. This is by far my favorite part of my job, and if I could do this all the time, I would be here. Microtia repair is a surgery that takes several hours, and there are different ways to do it. My favorite part about the MedPOR microtia repair, which is the type of repair that I do, is that it just takes one surgery. It's a long surgery, but after one day, they're all done and the outer ear is kind of rebuilt. It's really amazing to see the change in kids' confidence, particularly in girls. A lot of girls with microtia, when you see them in the pre-op area, they have their hair down over their abnormal ear. And we've been lucky enough through the Moore Center, because they're so wonderful, that they bring the patients back even 1 year later. And it's really awesome to see kids come in with short haircuts, girls with their hair in a ponytail, showing off the ear that we built for them. It really is an amazing feeling. I've been on a lot of mission trips to a lot of different places with a lot of different groups, and this is by far my favorite place to come. The Moore Center's ability to provide the resources for free to patients to be transported for surgery and be taken care of while they're here and have the costs of surgery and their hospitalization covered. It's really extraordinary what they do here, and there's really nothing that could keep me from coming back on this trip in the future because it's just such a great experience.